Moon channel. I can't click on YouTube, and they don't have that question and answer on there. So I just want to say thank you. I think that's going to change the game um, for everybody. And it's just something that I saw a long time ago. That's why I've been dying to ask that question. Um, so the one of the questions, actually, one of the questions I'm going to ask, it actually comes from a good friend of ours. And shout out to all the Safe Moon Army that's out there. It's actually Dreamy. She wanted to know, um, was our blockchain built with Tangle notes, and how will that actually work for SafeMoon? Another
Okay.
question. Oh, I actually okay. Go for it. I got
No,
another
go
question.
ahead. My answer to that one's pretty quick.
Okay, go ahead. Once you answer it now.
No.
Okay. Thank
we
you.
we considered we considered for a little while using IOTA or getting closer to IOTA, but the closer that we got, we realized that using that code base would probably only cause extra FUD. That community is not very fond of tokens the way we are.
So it sounds like we probably got something a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right.
Better for the community in the end, right? We don't want to introduce unnecessary negativity.
Right. Absolutely. Also, my other question was, could SafeMoon, the blockchain that we created, can it possibly work with like anything in the medical field? Because I know you guys said that we're going to actually break into maybe 4 or 5 different industries. Um,
I'm
not
sure
sure.
it is entirely possible that the chain will be able to support that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that that's the direction that SafeMoon's going to go explicitly, right? Because it's kind of outside the scope. But when you provide a product that's so the surface is wide enough to encompass a lot of industries and help out a lot of places. So can it support, like for example, like medical records, things like that could be put inside a smart contract. But then you have to start thinking, okay, how large are these medical files? So it's a lot to consider for anyone who wants to tackle that project. But as far as the interoperability should be there.
Awesome. And my last question is, bro, my birthday is coming up soon. Okay, in a couple of weeks. Can I get a follow, man? That would be one of the best birthday presents I want. First of all, this to talk to you is just amazing, first of all. And the one thing the first time I spoke to you, I realized that you are just a normal guy. Even though you're great at what you do, you're just a cool laid back guy and everything else like that like to play video games. No different than a lot of us that was raised in that area. In that particular um years, or I can't even bring the words together. But that type of era. So I appreciate you, man, and just keep doing the good work. And we're gonna definitely be talking soon. I appreciate you a lot.
Absolutely.
And happy
So
Thanksgiving.
on the follow, consider it done already.
Hey, Thomas, if we can get
My
Gandalf,
God.
if we can get Gandalf to ask a question, his ear is on every glass that's on every space that's available. So when he actually asks,
I know him.
yeah, so when he asks a question, usually it's because there's a history behind it. So Gandalf, please help yourself.
Well, hello first of all to everybody, and hello Thomas. How are you? What's up, man?
I'm doing good.
That's good. So before I ask a question, I wanted just to say something. Most of the people might not understand, but you would definitely understand. So I tend not to explain it. I would just like read it out, just talk it out, right? And just as a personal note for myself, because saying goodbye in a kind of case to a person who is not anymore employed in the same space is a thing which is hard. But what I wanted to say is, as I and you know, that people tend to attack you in the past and in the current times with arguments and most likely harassing things, right? Going to the extreme, while people still say, and you also say, because you're just like having a position in the world, saying that it won't affect you so much, and you just say like you would just ignore it, right? We both know, as persons with feelings and emotions, that it stays in the head. So therefore, I wanted to say that I hope that regarding the time coming now and in the future outside of SafeMoon, as we just know you're still there for the SafeMoon Army and you're a valuable part, and we will see you around, which is good. But just for the fact not being employed by Safe and just being outside, I hope that you can surpass these kind of people and actually just don't let your mind get fogged by these kind of people running around and still trying to bring up the same shit, which is, I would say, born in April and still trying to be just renewed and revamped and all kind of things like old Disney movies. So you know what I mean.
Yeah. Of course. I mean,
So I hope that you feel good.
now that I'm not directly inside of SafeMoon, my actions on Twitter can't be held against SafeMoon, right? So if people want to
Yeah.
come to me and talk shit, like, you're gonna get the heat. Like, it's over. Like, before I couldn't say anything because it was the right thing to do. But now,
Exactly.
that-
Well, you
Times
know
have
how it is, right?
yeah,
That's
course.
why I just
And it
don't
gets
want to
really-
explain it, because the past is bad.
yeah. I have no intention of going out of my way and bringing up old stuff, you know. But if it comes to my door, I'm gonna pour water on it.
Matt Wallace.
That guy's a joke.
I would love to see that fight, man. I mean
Look,
that yeah.
I would happily get into it, like a one-on-one spaces debate. Like, consider this me calling him out for a one-on-one debate. I would love to do that on Spaces live.
Well, actually, hold on a moment. Speaking of debate, the gentleman, the core seed of the apple that was drawing negativity to SafeMoon yesterday, his name is Ed. He is listening. I just invited him to step up to the space and speak. Ed, are you there?
Come on up.
It's such a good guy. You guys are getting
Come on, Ed. I was very transparent yesterday, Ed.
ask and you shall receive.
Ed,
Look, I'm
Ed,
not gonna
come on, buddy.
I'm not gonna be negative. I'll
no,
answer
no.
whatever question you
He
want.
was very cordial. He was very polite. He spoke from his heart. Ed, go ahead. You have the mic.
He's calling
What
his people.
Oh, I don't have people. I'm a
Go ahead, Ed. No, you're a somebody, Ed. Don't get it twisted. I appreciate everything you said yesterday. Go ahead, Ed. You had to.
No.
Go ahead.
I may have, had some too much to drink last night. Been a little overly negative. I'll admit.
Hey, it happens.
After 6 hours? I mean, that was some good stuff for 6 hours. I just want to say,
Yeah.
It
I
takes a
mean-
lot to be in spaces that long now. To be honest, I did that the other day.
Hey, Ed, just so you know, I drink every day. And whatever I say while I'm sober and drinking, I say the truth and I hold it, and it continues the next day. So don't come in here and say that you were drunk last night. Go ahead and say what you got to say now.
What are you talking?
Keep that same energy is what he's talking about.
Can we just
Exactly.
please
That's what I'm
stop
saying. Same energy when we
putting
have
people
Thomas
in a
getting
stake?
Well, I guess the only thing I can ask is, where does all these swap and liquefy funds go to? Like,
If you want.
when they
Oh, okay.
Where-
So, do you mean like when we're doing the migration?
no, not migration. When it's like swap and liquefy,
Yeah.
it's like a function in your contract.
Mhm.
It gets divvied up into certain wallets that we don't know where
No.
they're going.
No, it doesn't. All right. So when swap and liquefy occurs, it goes into the V1 contract, and then we've had to manually migrate it out of there. So unless someone can give me an address, like, something can be investigated there. Like, it's very clear where swap and liquefy is going. Like,
So you would have a debate.
sure,
that.
yeah.
What-
And I mean, if there's something that I don't know about, like, I can definitely bring it to John too. So
would you
I'm open to that. Yeah.
Would you ever debate somebody like Sky or Ginger?
Yes, I would, for a bunch of different reasons.
Legitimately though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. So I offered Ginger the chance. It was like first thing in the morning, but these guys have been screaming about the LP for so long. It's like, okay, you want to know all of the names of all of the wallets and all of the reasonings behind all of the transactions that came from both the deployer and onward. And I gave him that chance, and he blew me off. So, I mean, at the end, the only person that I really need to explain all that to is the man. I don't have to explain that to John, to Ginger, or anyone else. And thankfully, we did that.
Well, would there?
Huh?
Can we like make a date on when we can do this debate?
Yeah, I'm available. Like,
Hey,
Sure.
I'll facilitate it. If you guys want to ping me when you have windows or opportunities, I'll make sure that I'll set up an appointment for a window, and then we can nip this in the bud. Because I think,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, because we're beating a horse here. And while I understand where Ed is and where Moon might be, or Sky and the other people, we need to nip this in the bud. All we're doing is hurting future investors. We're upsetting current investors of Safe Moon, and this is not going anywhere. And it's an oxymoron to say something bad about SafeMoon and then come back and say, "Well, I'm a holder. I think the future is great." It's an oxymoron. So I just want to be very clear on that. And Ed, because we have more people, and I'm not sure what Thomas' availability is. Ed, thank you so much for coming up. Moon Matt, thank you so much for coming up. Thomas, do you have any time for more questions, or did we exhaust you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
a
would,
couple
I would
more.
just like to
Couple more?
to finish my things because you just like cut me off.
Yes, Gandalf,
no,
all
it's-
yours. Go ahead, Gandalf.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gandalf.
Yeah, thanks. Because as I said, I don't care for drama, but thanks, Thomas, for dealing with it. Just saying that in this kind of card, you know how it is. It just always comes up, and it is always the same thing. Like we could just go back to April and May, just play the same cassette, and we would just have the same thought again. So it is all the same, extremely. What I wanted to say before people just cut me off in this moment, right? I hope that you're just fine, and I'm seriously hoping that because you're a fine person and you know that, and we just talk together a lot. So, from a personal standpoint of view, I hope you're feeling good. And I have two questions I want to give it to you. One is from Katzaras, who is down there but in the call. How is Berta? and did he give like what's up with Berta, man? You know it
What happened?
with Berta.
Berta?
Yeah, Katzaras is asking you.
What about? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
if you have to give up Berto, he might just come up and just like maybe just give you the question himself because he's just asking that in a message right now. I just don't want to just expand on that. Maybe he would just like expand on that later on. The second thing that I have, and this is just a more technical question because I just want to go away from like Kat saying it is the server because he gave your server the name Bertha. That was the thing. He's just messaging me right now.
Oh, I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Okay. Well, the second thing is, which is my question, the PBFT, the Byzantine fault tolerance, in this kind of case, you know what it is. A lot of people might not know what it is, but can you just say that our blockchain is actually proof against these kind of, I would say, flaws?
I can't speak to any of the mechanics currently in a state of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I'm sorry. I
just
want to.
ask. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. The only thing that I want to know is if we are prepared. Not if there's any kind of mechanics in there or any kind of development going on or what is on the blockchain. Just as these thoughts have been brought to a process before the chain was created.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, like the vast majority of our time is spent deliberating mechanics. So
yes.
Yeah, yeah, those things are discussed.
Okay.
So, expect a test net,
good.
expect documentation, so that by the time it is released, you are fully prepared. It shouldn't
Absolutely.
be
Thanks
any
for
other
that.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a fear because of this Byzantine fault tolerance. So it's good to know that you
of
actually
course.
thought about that.
Hey, Thomas, Gandalf, are you done? Because I want to ask Safe Millionaire to come up if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
And Thomas, I don't need to speak for Safe Millionaire, but he asked that incredible question the other day, 2 days ago. The question was the one call from Puerto Rico involving a chip maker, and then you mentioned in the same sentence future in April. That's Safe Millionaire, and he's incredible to the Army. He's always enlightening us. So Safe Millionaire, please go ahead.
Well, shit. Now I got to live up to that shit.
Sorry.
So first off, I was going to say, Thomas, you rock, man. This is not Safe Moon Thomas, guys. This is DeFi Thomas. So let's start thinking of him in that manner. This guy's building shit for the entire world. So, hey, Safe Moon Sam, if you head up that debate with Thomas or Thomas, invite me in and I will help you co-host because there's going to be 5,000 to 6,000 people in there. I'll help you mitigate that and I'll invite people too. It seems like every time I run a space and I tweet out about it, there's like 800 people that show up. Same with Jeremiah, Brian Young, and all those. So let's get as many people in as we can to educate
Absolutely.
them, because there's a lot of new. I'll tell you, with all the stuff that was going on in the spaces, no matter who was right or who was wrong, I respect everybody's opinion. I want to hear both sides of the coin. But I think that there was a lot of new investors that are very, very confused because of it. I had 187 DMs yesterday out of that space because I was in there asking questions and listening. So, yeah, and Thomas, I know you had 187,000. So, you know, it is what it is. But I actually have one more question for you, Thomas. Hopefully you can answer this. And if you can't, I understand. There has been multiple tweets and cryptic shit that have been put out by everybody on the SafeMoon team. One question that I have for you is, we see a coffee emoji all the time. And what